Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. We have seen equity shares and preference shares in depth. Now today we'll talk and we'll discuss in detail about debentures. Debentures is a document, certified documents, it's a debt paper and it is certified by the government also. SEBI is regularizing this debentures, so it is always safe to buy the debentures. But issue of debentures will be always less. Most of the companies, they issue very less debentures, and if they wanted to issue further debentures also, there is a restriction. So because it's a debt, company has to pay at any cost. Main thing is that whenever you are purchasing debentures means you will be getting a particular interest as per the decision. Some interest will be getting. At any cost, these debenture holders has to get the interest. Number one point. Second point is that whenever company is under liquidation, at that period, first the debenture holders investment has to be paid off because it's a debt. They are just like creditors for the organization. So these are the main 2 points you have to remember. Debentures means it's a document. So it's a certificate given by the company with the seal. They are just like creditors. It's a debt for the organization. They have to get the interest and their principal will be always safe. Now we'll talk about first types of debentures. There are different types of debentures. Then after that we'll see the features, advantages, disadvantages. You will get full clarity. Just focus. Now types of debentures, if you see, there are total 6 types of debentures. First thing is that secured debentures. Secured debentures means these people debentures are always secured over the assets. If at all company is having lots of huge losses, company is under liquidation, in such cases on company assets, these people are having the right. These people are having the right. That is why we say it as secured debenture. Second one is unsecured. Opposite to this, there is no security on the assets. Debentures you may buy, but if company is under loss, company is going to shut down or winding up, on assets these debenture holders does not have any kind of security. That is why we say it as unsecured debentures. Secured debentures, unsecured debentures, easy to remember. Next, redeemable, irredeemable. Redeemable, irredeemable, these two we have already studied in the preference shares. Same way, redeemable. These debentures after certain period, it can be redeemed. It can be given off. It can be matured. Okay. So redeemable debentures. Whereas irredeemable, there is no redeemability. There is no redeemability. That debentures, especially this irredeemable debentures, it will be in the company itself only till the last existence, till the winding up. The debentures will be always on the company itself only. Irredeemable. Next one, guaranteed debentures. There are some debentures where these debentures holders are getting guarantee. Now, guarantee not only from the company, guarantee from the banks and guarantee from the SEBI. So this kind of security they are getting. That is why we say it as a guaranteed debentures. There is convertible debentures, last one. Convertible debentures means these debentures can be convertible into equity shares. Very rarely this happens. As same point we have discussed even in preference shares also. Preference shares can be convertible into equity shares. Now here debentures can be convertible into equity shares. But this convertibility can be fully convertible debentures or partially convertible debentures. Fully means total, partially half, whatever it may be decided already as per the purchasing of the nature of the convertible debentures. According to that they can go for fully or partially. Okay, so these are the 6 types of debentures. If you understand these types of debentures, now let's see the main features Main features is, first thing is that maturity period. Most of the time, debentures are long term debentures, long term finance. It will be more than 10 to 20 years. It will be around the period of 10 to 20 years minimum. Means long term. 10 to 20 years, these debentures will be in the organization itself only, so need not to worry. So that is, maturity period is very long. And whereas residual claims in income, whenever company gets the profits, first preference will be given to the debenture holders to get their interest. Very important point. Remember, company got, suppose example, company got around say 3 crores of profit. This is the profit for the company. Out of this, first preference will be given to the debenture holders. Debenture holders to get the interest. Pay them off first. Pay them interest first. Then after that, next preference will be given to the preference shareholders. What do they get? Dividend. And still anything is left, whatever is left, then that goes to the dividend goes to the equity shareholders. Equity shareholders also dividend they are going to get. So first preference is for the debenture holders first, then preference, then equity shareholders. This you must remember. Okay, so that's about residual claims in income. Company gets a profit, means these people are going to get the first interest. In the same way, residual claims on assets. If the company is in winding up, shut down, company wants to shut down, or liquidation time also, company assets they'll be selling. So at that period also, first payment will be given to the debenture holders. What do they get? They get the investment amount first, whatever they have invested. Say I have invested 1 lakh rupee on my debentures. Whenever company gets profit, first interest will be given to me. If company is under winding up, at that period also, first payment, that 1 lakh rupee I am going to get. Then after that, next preference will be given to the preference shareholders. Then last, equity shareholders. Getting it? This is residual claims on assets. This happens only at the time of winding up. Next one, no voting rights. Debenture holders are just like creditors to the organization. It's a debt for the organization. Where is the question of giving them voting rights? No voting. No voting. They are creditors, outsiders. They'll be getting their interest. That's it. Nothing to do with the organization activities. No voting. And lastly, fixed rate of interest. Debenture holders always they get a fixed rate of interest. It will be decided 12%. Yes, 12% only will pay. Not more than that. Extra we won't pay. And these are the main features of the debentures. Now, if you understand the types of debentures, features, then it's very easy to understand advantages and disadvantages. Shall we go? Yes. Advantages. Main thing is that long-term source. As I said, it is 10 to 20 years minimum. Long-term source. Company need not to worry about the funds. Once they have issued debentures, means it will be in the organization for long period. It will exist. So it's a long-term source. And fixed rate of interest we have to pay. Need not to worry. Whatever we have decided, that only we have to pay. We have to focus only on that interest rate. That we will pay. So that's advantage. And income tax deduction, very important advantage. Whenever company is having debenture holders, for them they are paying interest. Whenever they are paying the interest, on interest, income tax benefit is there. Deduction totally, it is exempted. So company need not to pay anything. This is one of the best and good advantage. And last one, protection. Debenture holders, please remember, debenture holders are the debt for the organization. Debt for the organization. Whenever company gets less profits also, first interest to be paid to the debenture holders. Company is closing off, winding up. Still, their investment, debentures investment, that is to be paid to the first debenture holder. So protection, and not only this, and a company sealed debt paper will be given to the debenture holders. It's a document. Debentures is a document, and this is certified by the SEBI, guaranteed by the SEBI. What else is required? Fully secured, protection is there. Okay, so these are the advantages. There are few disadvantages. Once the first thing is that fixed rate of interest. Debenture holders point of view, they get only fixed rate of interest, not more than that. If company is under huge profits, but they get only the fixed rate of interest. Huge profits means first they'll get the interest rate, the next preference shareholders also fixed interest rate they'll be given, and rest of everything goes to the equity shareholders. They will be getting the lots of benefit, but debenture holders, no, they get only fixed interest only, though the company is under huge profits. One disadvantage, and no voting rights. They can't be part and parcel of the organization. They can't participate in voting rights. They don't have voting rights. They can't participate. They can't interfere in the organizational activities because they are the outsiders. They are creditors. It's a debt for the organization. Who will allow them to interfere in the organization? No. So no voting rights, no participation. Next, creditors of the company. They are the creditors of the company, outsiders of the company. No interference. And it's high risk. Sometimes, that organization may get lots of losses also. Fluctuations will be there. Sometimes profit, sometimes losses. Though we are under loss, we have to pay the interest to the debenture holders. It's high risk. Once if you have issued debentures means you can't take it back. You can't take it back. You have to pay the interest whether you are under profits or loss. So that is why this is always high risk burden and a restriction for further issues. Company cannot issue easily further debentures. Debentures they wanted to issue more. No, they can't issue. There is a restriction. Once if you have issued, that's it. And once again, if you wanted to issue more debentures, because there is a restriction, there are some formalities, because debentures are always risk for the organization, and this cost of debentures also always higher than the equity shares and also preference shares. Am I clear? First take the screenshot. I was getting cough, so I told you to take the screenshot. Am I clear about this topic? So understood types of debentures, features, advantage, disadvantage. Now you got a full clarity about debentures. What is debentures? What types of debentures are there? How it is going to affect the organization? It's a long-term debt. It will be in the organization. They don't have rights, like all these things you learned. Am I clear? Next class we'll see another important topic related to the financial management only. By the way, check out the playlist. Whatever is required, use it, and don't forget to forward these videos. One small request, just like the video and subscribe to our channel. It's almost 5-6 years ago I started, but still it's not reaching to the 5 lakh also subscribers. It's in your hands. Anyway, stay blessed, my dear students. Have a bright career. Stay connected. Good luck.